And we're moving to Rabbi Menachem Froman, who passed away in early 2013, was a man with a unique vision of peace and dialogue. His family and close musician friends are now commemorating his artistic work with a new album consisting entirely of his words about life, peace, love, and death. i24 News cultural correspondent Shachar Peled followed their journey.
Freedom and Death, wrote the late Rabbi Menachem Froman. A colorful and controversial figure, Froman was a religious leader who dedicated his life to bridging the gap between Jews and Palestinians. But he was also an artist and a poet.
He was such a creative person and a spiritual person that it seems very natural for me that he streams to words, writing words, as well as speaking and teaching.
9 months after his death, Rabbi Froman's family decided to honor his memory by producing an album of his songs. Prominent first-class Israeli musicians, many of whom were close friends and students, joined forces and created a melody for his words.
His wife told me to compose it, and I immediately came back home and set it to music. As I drove my car back from his memorial service, I already had the music in my mind.
If Froman in his life connected between Arabs and Jews, religious and secular, here he connects between the sides of himself.
A West Bank settler and also a peacemaker who didn't see these two titles conflicting, Rabbi Froman strived for peace, though he never lived to see it taking shape.
If you look back 20-30 years, when he first started with his ideas, he thought peace must be brought through religion, the place with the most difficulties.
With no political background, Froman participated in informal negotiations and formed close ties with Palestinian leaders from the PLO and Hamas. Alongside his wife Hadassah, he visited international peace icons in order to promote interfaith dialogue between Israeli Jews and Palestinians. But his unique path also sometimes led to threats from opponents, and Hadassah didn't always see eye to eye with her husband's ways.
I thought he was a man of spirit. He was a very smart, deep man, very broad-minded, and that this is what he must bring to the world, the spirit. But he said, no, I want to work in the field. I'll contact Erdogan and American leaders and Arab Muslim leaders who are here in Israel. I thought it was important, but he gave up all his time for this.
Froman's ability to connect to his Muslim neighbors, although residing in occupied territory, was part of his life's paradox, in which he believed that opposites attract.
He used to translate the Arab phrase, Allahu Akbar, God is great, to the phrase, peace will prevail, because Shalom, peace, is the name of God, both in Hebrew and in Arabic, and great is victorious, thus peace prevails.
In recent months, it became clear to the Froman family that most of the rabbi's works haven't been published, and after an overwhelmingly positive response from various artists, they opened a Head Start crowdfunding operation to finance the production.
I remember that when I read it and before I touched the piano, I felt the power and the mystical atmosphere of the lyrics, and I felt that it's very powerful and needs the groove. It's not a peaceful song, it's something with fire.
Rabbi Froman managed to lead a life of peace in a region of blood and conflict. After sowing the first seeds, his family hopes his poems, as part of his life's works, will grow and bring both sides finally closer.
תפסיק לפנק את עצמך